Good morning. Welcome to our Toasty Fire. My name is Laura Sawinski. These are the fireside chats for the 2024 Tech Hub Live. Kelly, good morning. Absolutely. My guest this morning as we kick off our fireside chats is Kelly Miller. I had the pleasure of meeting her yesterday during our Women in AgTech conference, and she is from Compeer Financial. So I'm going to ask her some questions this morning, and you all set to go?
I think so.
You getting toasty by the fire? If it's, all we're missing is our brandy. So, when I came from a supply chain space, and probably 5-6 years ago, we were really talking a lot about fintech.
Mm-hmm.
And happily, it's making a more prominent presence here in the ag space.
Mm-hmm.
So if you would tell us a little bit about Compeer, what you're doing, what you guys are seeing and doing in the ag space, and we'll kind of go from there.
Absolutely. So Compeer is on a mission, and we've been on a mission for well over 100 years to make sure that farmers have really easy access to financing. We want to make sure that that's a part of us. And a handful of years ago, we realized that farmers had really great options to be able to get financing in our doors, our brick and mortar doors. We could go out to their farms and get help them get financing there, maybe at auctions. But really, where we weren't showing up is digitally, and they could make more and more buying decisions digitally. So we were on a mission to figure out how can we show up. And so about 4 or 5 years ago, we started working. We got to work, and we realized that we needed to figure out what that looked like. And what that looked like was working with partners and really developed embedded financing. So we created a strategy around API. We developed APIs, and we realized clients had a choice on who they wanted to do business with. So they had options of who they were going to buy their inputs through, who they were going to buy their machinery through, who they were going to buy their real estate through. And so we wanted to be able to create financing options at that point of sale. So if that farmer is going to be buying equipment, inputs, wherever they want to be, we want to have Compeer show up there. And so think of like apply now. That's what we want to be. And so we've created that. We have a handful of partners. We want more. We want more, and we want to make sure that they have really great options for financing.
What's the adoption, or is there a barrier? I mean, sometimes, we think of agriculture right or wrong, like very, it's all with the handshake, it's manual, and I think again, more so on the financing and money side versus other spots. Is you find like a fair amount of your time is trying to raise awareness, do the, trust us and kind of step people through it? Like what's that look like?
That's a great question. And I think when we went into this, we were very much relationship-based lenders. We were paramount, right? That's what we developed, and it's still very much relationship-based. But just the relationships are different. The relationships are built at those input suppliers, or maybe the relationships are based at that machinery dealership, or the relationships are based at those real estate. But they're still choosing to do business with a really trusted advisor in Compeer Financial. But the other thing is clients want to do business where and when they want to do business. So if it's 10 o'clock at night, that's where they want to do business. And the awareness of being able to do business at 10 o'clock at night is really important to them. So in many cases, us as financial institutions or others, we can get in the way just to not to share that we have these options available. Because clients have those sorts of options in their personal life. Right? They can do that type of business on Amazon in their consumer life. They also want those types of options in their financial or agricultural life. So it's what we realized is there is great adoption no matter the age, no matter the demographic, no matter if it's a high GFI person. It doesn't matter the industry that they're in. It doesn't matter their age. It doesn't matter if male, female. If they are inclined to do a digital business, they're going to choose to do that.
So where do you think, like fintech and particularly what you guys are doing and the services you're offering what's the next step? Where are you going with that? Whether other services do you anticipate maybe the industry needing and you guys stepping in to provide?
Yeah. Well, there's a long way to go. We're just hitting, more and more automation. It has to continue to get better. Where we're at is, an application is, getting easier. And then the approvals, because we have instant online approvals, we have to get the documentation a little easier. And then the renewals, it just has to get a little bit cleaner year after year. So I would say that piece has to get it. But I would say one of the pieces that my team and others within the Compeer are focused on is we want to make our money easy to get, really easy to use, right? Where I think of how the rest of us in our consumer world, we want our money really easy to use. And then obviously, turns out Compeer also wants to get paid back. So really, we want to get money to get paid back. So easy to get our money, easy to use, and then easy to pay us back. So if you think about that whole circle, we want to focus on all those three things. And then we know we can't do this alone. We know we have to have partners in all of this. We have to collaborate with input suppliers, manufacturers. We have to machinery, and then also real estate companies as well. So it's continuous with those partnerships and continue. It's not going to be by ourselves.
Yeah.
So I would say that's probably the biggest areas.
So actually, I was surprised when you said that as far as the adopters, I mean, young, old, it's not just, the youngsters, if you will, that are coming forth, but with the partners that you mentioned, are there any particular gaps or sectors amongst the partners that you work with that you see some differences as far as adoption or willingness or gaps that are just inherent in maybe the nature of things? I mean, what does that look like?
Yeah, I would say where we actually see the gaps is from a change management perspective. If you don't have a good change management plan when you're rolling out the adoption of anything, whether it be the financing, the digital financing, or whether you're rolling out a digital experience with any part of your business. So whether it be a mobile application or whether it be maybe a digital platform for your agronomists or your any other part of your business, if you don't have a change management plan, that is going to be your biggest hurdle. Because you've hired these folks and you've really you've hired them to be relationship folks, right? You've hired them to develop these really intricate relationships, and now you're asking them to be, promote this digital experience. There is some innate concern on now what am I going to do? So if you don't have that, that is going to be your biggest hurdle to get over. So I would say that is the biggest concern or the struggle that you're going to run into if you don't have a good plan for that.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Kelly, so much. Again, it was nice seeing you yesterday at Women in AgTech. Thanks for being here at Tech Hub Live, and thank you to Compeer. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Laura.